Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today, as you can see, I'm back on the Horde side. Got the Horde hoodie on, playing some Frost Mage once again. Things are back to usual. Let's get this hood off. Alright, things are back to usual. Hopping into the game, I am playing Frost once again, and a lot of people are probably like, you were playing Fire yesterday and it was awesome. Why are you jumping back to Frost? What's going on here? Guys, I'm going to be playing both specs. I'm going to be playing the spec that I enjoy more. If I enjoy Frost a little bit more, or my partners are like, hey, you want to come play Frost? I'll probably say yes. If I'm having fun playing Fire and some people want to play Fire, I'll probably play Fire. So that's that. Okay, so we're playing some Frost Mage in this video, and I want to go over a loss and a win versus the same composition and kind of break down the loss, see what we could have maybe done better, and then break down the win, and then see what we could have maybe still done better, but, break down the loss and the win, see the differences between these two videos. We are playing Frost Assassination Resto Druid, actually not sub, Assassination Resto Druid, and we're fighting a Fire Mage Assassination and a Holy Paladin. So this matchup can go back and forth. I think generally the Fire team has some slight advantages because Frost is a little bit slower. Fire has just consistent pressure and instant cast bursts a lot of the times, but so does Frost. I think it can kind of go back and forth. Frost Mage is 2 ice blocks, the Fire Mage is Cauterize, Fire Mage is Dragon's Breath, Frost is the slows, so it's kind of a back and forth game here. Right away we sap the Paladin and open up on the Mage. There's a slight intricacy to this that I will share with you guys. I went stealth at the same time as the Mage. Okay, I have 5 seconds left on my stealth. Right here, Mage is still stealth. Pally out of combat. I'll call it to my rogue Mage, and I'll say sap the Pally in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sap the Pally now. We land the sap and we open the Mage, and that is because I went invis maybe a half a second after the Mage went invis, right? So that means we can get the sap and we can get the opener. That is one core advantage to having that Resto Druid, is that we get triple stealth there in the opener. Now the Mage used Trinket Temp and Double Blink, going for the kidney shot on the Mage now once we finally connect to him. Go for some polys on the Pally, blind after that, and we orb Ray of Frost the Mage. I get interrupted. This is a good opener, right? We got Trinket from the Pally on the blind. We got Trinket Temporal Shield from the Mage on the opener. This is going very well so far. They get a kidney shot onto my rogue, and they're trying to turn the pressure around with that combustion. Instead, my Resto Druid answers that with a Cyclone onto the enemy Mage, which I really like to kind of slow things down. The Meteor still hits, but it looks like Mage is going to be okay, and we don't have to use Trinkets on their big combustion go. Once again, this is looking wonderful. Bash comes out onto the Paladin into a half kidney shot, and this might be our first potential blunder, right? So we use Bash and kidney going onto the Paladin. What did we get? Nothing, right? We got nothing from the Bash kidney except the Paladin's wall, I suppose. But what we really should have done in this situation is bash the Paladin into a clone or a sheep, kidney the Mage. Guess what? We instantly force block, or we instantly force bubble, right? Just straight up, or we win the game if they don't use anything. But in this situation, we used 2 stuns and we got nothing out of it. I would say that's probably our first big blunder. Casting Frostbolt onto the Mage, keep him nice and slow. Interrupt that Polymorph, even though the Fate Cast was attempted there. Sack comes out onto the Mage when I sheep the Pally, so great job by the Pally by pre-sacking. Smoke Bomb comes out onto Mage, and he does Trinket it to stay safe. I get polyed, Gorecki gets ring. Great cross CC by the enemy team. Going for some more sheeps onto the Mage to peel things, slow down the pace of the game. Going for more CC, slow down the game. We get a kidney shot bomb onto the Mage, and this is another potential blunder, right? We use kidney bomb when they're stacked. Pally runs in, he can easily sack the Mage, use bop, use defensives, and that's the end of our go since we don't have CC quite yet. I'm trying to get some type of CC on the Pally. I do manage to land the full Polymorph, and that's our Vendetta go, and they force the blind Trinket out of Gorecki during this go. Triple sheeps onto the Paladin into hopefully a Cyclone. Cyclone does land, and Bubble Sack comes out. So once again, this wasn't terrible offensively. We got the Bubble Sack from the enemy team. However, last go, we should have gotten the bubble sack. This go should have been ice block. Next go, we should win. However, we're one go behind since we used that Bash Kanish setup a little bit incorrectly. However, still a decent position to be here in this game. We got the bubble sack, we got the trinket sack, we got Mage's trinket temp. Only cooldown they have remaining is the cauterize and ice block from the enemy fire mage if we want to kill the mage. If we want to kill the pally, I think he might have one bop. If we want to kill the rogue, he used his racial, so we could actually kill the rogue in this next swap as well. We'll see where things go. However, this is a very scary game. My druid has no trinket, my rogue has no trinket. Those are the only cooldowns we have if they're killing my rogue, right? And we don't have bubble, we don't have sack, we don't have bops, we don't have anything else. So this is all of a sudden very scary. Kidney shot comes out, Naj taking a ton of damage, Gareki trying to pre-kite the CC, Sheep's coming out on the mage, Nova coming out on the rogue, right? Get that cross CC, that control going on, the Xaryu control, keeping things how we like them. Bash comes out on the pally, into the full sheep, steal that bob, counterspell the mage, kidney the rogue. So this is a lot of good goes here. And another potential blunder is that we go rogue instead of mage, which is okay. Okay, we forced the rogue's trinket, but we really wanted to go 15 seconds ago when he had no trinket, and we win the game. But since we waited 15 seconds, we get the trinket, we force the bop, and now all of a sudden rogue's going to be fine. And now we really do win next go on the rogue, right? If we get CC on the pally, kill the rogue, game's over. They can't really do much about it. At this point, we don't want to kill the mage anymore. He has his trinket back. He has his temp back. He has his block. He still has the cauterize. Mage is not worth it. Next go, CC Pally, kill the rogue. We're going to win, right? Easy. However, they beat us to the punch. My druid has no trinket. My rogue has no trinket. Dragon's Breath into the Ring of Frost there. Onto the druid. No interrupts for it. And Naj takes some more damage and goes down. So this game wasn't terrible. We had a good opener. We had a couple of blunders. Still good game. We could have went rogue maybe a little bit sooner, or on one of these goes, we could have just gotten the mage CDs out a little bit quicker and then just killed the mage in a few more goes. One or the other, but kind of going mage for a while, then going rogue when he still had trinket. And at the end of the day, we have two cooldowns. We have Druid's trinket and we have rogue's trinket, and that's about it. All right, guys, hopping into another game that might have been a little bit more favorable for us. Here on Ruins of Lordaeron, same exact matchup. And let's break this one down on what we're doing in this game to actually come out ahead. Going invis at the same time as the mage, and this is actually a blunder. I ran in and got sapped. What I should have done is stayed back like the enemy mage did, went invis a little bit after, just like in that first game. Both sit in stealth, count down when my stealth's fading, sap the pally, open the mage. That would be a lot better of an opener. I ran and got sapped. That's my fault. Don't want to do that next time. So I'll try to note that. Cone of Cold comes down on the pally, keeping him nice and slow. Can build up some Frostbolt, build up some Icicles. We get a Freedom out of the way. That's fantastic. Chasing him down, steal the Freedom, slow him again, get the second Freedom out of the way. So I'm actually friends with this Paladin. Paladin's really good. Not trying to talk crap onto him, but using 2 Freedoms before the game starts, probably not the play there. Saving it for his rogue is super important to keep the rogue out of slows against Frost Mage. So I was really stoked when he used both Freedoms before we even opened, because now all of a sudden I'm like, okay, this is great. I can slow this rogue. This rogue can never hit me because he's not going to have either Freedom from his Paladin. Cheap shot on the pally, casting the Polymorph, full Polymorph lands. We get an opener on their Mage. Channel that Ray of Frost through the Smoke Bomb, which is fantastic because we got this Ray of Frost before that Smoke Bomb landed. Polymorph being interrupted. 3 sheeps onto the pally. Little bit more damage. And that's about it. So in this opener, it actually offensively is a lot worse than our previous opener. We haven't blinded yet, so we can still blind, maybe get a trinket or a bop. But we used triple sheep and we didn't get trinkets. And the big reason why is because the enemy team peeled our opener. However, they didn't get anything from us either. So this is kind of a stalemate of a game. They didn't get trinkets. They didn't get defensives. We didn't get trinkets. We didn't get defensives. I'm sitting these polymorphs right now. Kind of just hanging out, and their mage is doing a great job of controlling me. I'm trying to do a good job of controlling them. Kidney shot comes out onto the paladin. Polymorph being casted still onto my rogue. And we get the wall there, and I still don't really know about these paladin swaps that we're doing. Don't think it's crazy, crazy good. But we have a nice little go here where we Nova the rogue. We ring the paladin. The pally does have bleeds. Keep an eye on that. Since the bleeds do break that Ring of Frost, go for another resheep onto the paladin. Do manage to get it. My rogue Mage gets very low. Polymorph being casted. We steal that combustion there, and it looks like things are going to be okay so far. Now, throw out the blind, the kidney shot, Pally trinkets immediately, and now we cycle on the Mage so the Pally can't heal him back up now that he's out of CC. So, to be fair, guys, this far in the game, we're not doing super crazily well, but a lot of the times the games that you win, guys, aren't just perfect from start to finish. The start will be a little maybe shaky. The enemy team might make a few mistakes, some pressure rolls, and then boom, you end up winning the game. So here, we actually have Pally's trinket from the blind, and we both have my druid has a trinket, and my rogue has a trinket, and I have the trinket. So we're still in a good position. You know, we're still in a good position, even though we're not doing crazy offensive pressure. Swapping things back up to the Pally. This time he has no wall since he used a wall last time. He uses the wings, uses the freedom, the horse. Looks like he's going to get out of there. I'm being spam polymorphed, using Pally using those wings to top himself back off. If we could force bubble here, it's incredible, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Casting polymorph there onto the Mage. Looks like he does not get poly. Finally get that polymorph now onto that greater pyro. Want to make sure he does not get that off. Casting polymorphs onto the Mage, swap it to the Pally, lock the Mage in Arcane. This is great. This is exactly what you want, so that if we lock the Mage in Arcane, he can't blink, can't peel with those polymorphs. We didn't really get too much done with it. We get another kidney shot onto the Pally. And I really think this far into the game, we're kind of forcing Paladin too much. Now, if we can get a bubble out of it, it's okay. Because since Pally has no trinket anyway. But forcing him almost at, like, the last 3 kidneys and still not getting bubble is not the greatest thing that we could do. Spam Sheep the Rogue up here a little bit. Mage is doing a good job of controlling us still. Trying to cast the Frost Bolts on various enemies just to keep them nice and slow. Build up some icicles. Get ready for this next big go. Nova that Rogue. He gets freedomed out of it. Kidney shot on the Pally, and hopefully we can get bubble here. It's Vendetta, Kidney, no wall, no trinket. Orb onto the Pally. Boom, we get the bubble. And that was kind of expected, right? We did a lot of goes. We got the trinket. We got the Paladin wall. Now we get the Paladin bubble. Next go, we can actually kill the Pally if we go before 4 burns. Don't have orb for another 45 seconds, though, so I'm not quite sure if we have enough damage just to 100 OM, and that was Vendetta as well. Paladin has Trinket back up in 15 seconds. This game's interesting. Once again, Rogue still has Trinket. We'd have to do another go or 2 to swap back to him. Mage has no Trinket. Ice blocks right there offensively, so we want to keep that noted, right? Mage ice blocks offensively and has no Trinket. That means if we CC Pally, we could do a swap kill over to the Mage. My Druid is so low right now. Groat Kidney coming out onto the Mage. Sheep's coming out onto the Rogue. More Sheep's coming out onto the Rogue. I don't know how my Druid's alive right now. Ring of Frost and Sheep coming out of the Paladin. We get the entire enemy's defensive cooldowns right here. Mage blocked, Rogue trinketed, Pally bubbled. If we survive, we win this game. One more setup. They have no defensives at all to use to survive. Are we going to survive? That's the question. Spam spell steal on the freedom, trying to polymorph everything. Pally's on DR, Rogue's on DR, Mage is on DR, trying to keep everything under control. Full kidney shot lands right as the Mage comes off DR, going for another polymorph onto him. He gets interrupted. Very scared right now, casting the Frostbolt to slow the enemies down. Casting a Sheep there onto the Paladin, potentially, or onto the Rogue. Sheep the Rogue, resheep the Dispel. My Druid does survive. Guess what, guys? They have no defensive cooldowns at all. One good setup, and we win the game. Could be on Rogue, could be on Mage. Doesn't really matter. Sheep the Mage here. Cheap shot the Rogue. Good damage here onto the Rogue. We don't have cross DC onto the Pally, which is a little unfortunate. We definitely want to make sure to get that before tossing out this Orb. So next kidney shot onto the Rogue, Sheep on the Pally, game's over. If we want to go Pally, we can do that as well. Mage just trinket back up, so Mage is probably not the play, even though he offensively blocked. He still has that trinket, right? Rogue and Pally both don't. All this game takes to wrap up at this point is to throw down the Orb, the Comet Storm, the Ice Nova in 7 seconds here. It's off cooldown. Sheep the Pally, counterspell the Mage on the go, so he doesn't peel with polymorphs. That's it. And then the game's over. We bash Sheep the Pally. Oh man. I didn't even know it was going to happen like this, but look at this, boys. The bash, the polymorph onto the Pally. The kidney shot on the Mage. Mage is casting polymorph. Tries to fake it there. Comet Storm. Ice Nova. Mage gets locked on the Pally. Just like that, guys. Like clockwork. 1, 2, 3, baby. Triple CC. Orb, Comet, Nova, Counterspell, Polymorph. Couldn't have said it better. Perfect ending to the game there. They got very aggressive onto my Druid, right? They used a lot of defensive cooldowns they used the defensive cooldowns offensively to try to get that kill. Didn't pay off. My Druid survived, and then the enemy team had nothing left. This was the damage breakdown. Nothing too surprising here. Assassination Rogues at top. Fire and Frost a little below that. and then Pally and Sherwood last. Here's the MMR. Here's the damage breakdown. Really, really fun games there. Alright guys, thumbs video up if you liked the video. Playing some Frost Mage today. Thumbs video down if you did not like the video. Maybe if you want to see more Fire Mage in the future, let me know down below in the comments. Yesterday I said I would pick a comment and for the comment of the day in this video. The comment I picked is from Nicholas. He says he really liked the video from yesterday and he would love to see more Fire Mage content. Nicholas, I'm glad you're liking the videos, glad you're liking the content. I do plan to play more Fire Mage, but like I said at the start of the video, it's all about what partners I can find, what compositions I can find, and really what I'm having fun playing. But I am having fun playing Fire, having fun playing Frost still, so be excited to see both Frost and Fire in the future. But guys, don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments down below for comment of the day tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.